Hey, everybody, and welcome to ASH-PHALT, the podcast all about life on the road. I'm your host, Ash Taylor. I am so happy to be here and cannot thank you guys enough for stopping to take a second and listen. Before we get the show really far down the road and we kind of dive in deep, I wanted just to take a second and kind of just do a little welcoming episode and just kind of share with you guys a little bit about myself, my story, who I am, and why I decided to start a podcast. So my name is Ash Taylor. I'm a country music touring artist, recording artist, and songwriter. I'm originally from Bakersfield, California, but I've lived in Nashville, Tennessee for about 8 years now. When I first moved out here to Nashville, I actually sold everything that I owned. I had never seen Nashville before. I don't even think I'd been to the state of Tennessee. I hopped on a plane. When I landed here, I didn't really know anybody. I lived in the backseat of my Chrysler 06 PT Cruiser. I lived in my car and I slept on people's couches and I just did all of these things because to me, I wanted to write songs so bad. Traveling, playing music, telling stories, writing songs, all of this was just so important to me. To say that living life out on the road and getting to travel to new places and meet the most extraordinary people, it has been the biggest blessing of my life. And I clearly have a lot of stories of my own to tell that I'm going to be more than happy to share with you guys. But I'm also going to be bringing on some incredible guests on this podcast to share their stories with you. We're going to be telling you stories from the road with real experience. We're going to be interviewing not only touring musicians and artists and all these different people in the music industry, but we're also going to be bringing in people like traveling nurses, flight attendants, bus drivers. If their life happens on the go, we would love to have them on the show and give you guys that behind the scenes peek on what that is really like in the day to day. I think so many people think that life on the road is glitzy, glamoury. You see the highlights on Instagram and we think, oh wow, that's so awesome. I'm not saying that there aren't moments like that in our day-to-day life being out on the road doing what we do, but I think you'd be surprised on what really happens before the show, after the show, on the way to the show. That's kind of what this podcast is for, is just bring people on to share their stories and their expertise. We're going to have stories that are going to make us laugh. They're going to make us cry. Maybe you'll learn a lot, about what it's really like traveling for a living. I think it's just going to be a really great time. And so I hope that you'll stay tuned. Again, thank you guys so much for being here. Like, share, subscribe, leave us a review. It seriously would mean the world. I think it's one thing to sit here and talk to a camera, knowing that someone's actually listening and that they are enjoying the stories and the stuff that we're putting out means literally the world. Feel free to let us know that you're here. Send us a message. Tell us what you think of the show. Give us your own story, your own background. Thank you guys so much again for being here. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get the show on the road. Y'all buckle up and let's get going. This is ASH-PHALT.